The discussions held behind closed doors centered on the need to improve the efficiency of the oil and gas industry in Nigeria. President Muhammadu Buhari said the NNPC will soon embark on a diagnostic assessment of refineries, pipelines, depots, and other infrastructure across the country to ascertain the level of collaboration with ARAMCO. Governor of the Public Investment Fund, Yasir Al-Rumayyan, who spoke of their interest in Nigeria, affirmed the company's position to promote business investment opportunities through technology across the energy sector.
We've made very good progress and we are going back very happy. We're going to set up teams. What we have agreed is that we're going to set up teams on our side and on their side, and we will discuss further. They are coming to Nigeria to look at the refineries and the state of affairs of the pipelines, and then we'll take it up from there. Next year, first quarter, we are starting with the rehabilitation of Port Harcourt Refinery, and I believe that by second quarter, we would have made some good progress towards the rehabilitation of Kaduna Refinery as well. You know, one of the promises the President made on second-term election, is to ensure that we have our refineries working again. Because as you all know as Nigerians, if those refineries are working, our expenditure on subsidy will reduce. And that's really what we are pursuing. That's why we came out here, to ensure that our refineries work and the ancillary pipelines work. And we are dedicated to his promise to deliver to Nigerians.
President Muhammadu Buhari also received in audience the United States Secretary of Treasury, Steven Mnuchin. How Nigeria can leverage on available opportunities in the development of finance cooperation towards enhancing the socio-economic transformation of the country dominated discussions. The cooperation manages a $60 billion fund set up by the United States government to help African countries address challenges of development.
We don't know exactly how much we'll get from it, but a $60 billion fund is available, and we will pitch for it. We will talk to them, and then we will see how much of it we can attract to Nigeria. Mr. President identified power and the general upgrade of our infrastructure. So we're going to, when we discuss the details with the Development Finance Corporation, we will come out with the details of the exact projects that will be funded from this funds that we'll get from the U.S. We also discussed issues around anti-terrorism, because the Assistant Secretary for Terrorism also came with the Secretary of Treasury, and we had very good discussions.
Similarly, the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Niyi Adebayo, engaged various investment funds, including Asma Capital, funded by Saudi Pension Fund, Saudi Investment Agency, as well as the Sultan of Brunei and the Kingdom of Bahrain.
They are very interested in investing in Nigeria, but unfortunately they've had a very bad experience in the past. And I promised that I would look into that issue when I get back home and see if we can come to a resolution of that particular problem. And I've asked them not to allow that to becloud their interest in Nigeria, because they have expressed that they are seriously interested in Nigeria. They're interested in funding infrastructure projects, power. They even went as far as talking about investing in pharmaceutical industry in Nigeria, because the chairman of the fund, who's one of the governors here in Saudi Arabia, is on the board of one of the biggest pharmaceutical manufacturing entities here. We're trying to get them to come and invest in power in Nigeria as well. So there are many areas that we're trying to get them to come and invest. Basically, they're looking at investing in infrastructure projects.
The minister and the potential investors have agreed to further their conversations. From Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.